Hi, everybody. Well, one of the things when I get to meet people out on a cruise or I'm hosting a cruise and I'm talking in front of 200, 250 people, and here I am on YouTube talking into a camera and I've done speeches. Well, people have asked me, says, I'm scared to death to talk in front of public. Public speaking is one of the number one fears people have out there. They get nervous and shaky. And how come I don't? Well, I'm going to tell you my story of how come I'm not so nervous that way. And it all comes down to a mistake when I was going to school. So, way back, and I mean way back, folks, I was moving, we're talking grade 6, grade 7. So I was going from one school to another. We had to move. My father was leaving the military because of a heart condition, and so it was kind of a spur of the moment, last minute thing. And I got into the school season at the new school 3 weeks after it had started. So I was the new kid. And back then, I am not afraid to tell you, I was a shy kid. I would never raise my hand in class. I was lucky to have one friend. I spent a lot of time in my own room, just reading comics and, just a loner. Very much a loner. And I signed up for auto mechanics because auto mechanics sound, hey, fix up my car, make a cool car, maybe I'll become popular, that kind of thing, right? When you're a young person. And it was all full. In fact, every shop class was full. Woodworking, metalworking, everything was full. And the only class that was left, they put me into it. And it was drama. And I was mortified. I would have to go into drama and have to do performances in front of other people. I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. Remember, shy kid. Super shy kid. And it turned out I had a flair for it. I did one performance, and when your fellow students are out there and they're applauding at the end because they liked it, you kind of get a cool feeling in you. Wow, right? And before you knew it, I was actually kind of doing all kinds of performances, and we were traveling with the school doing performances to other schools because our drama class was actually really good. We had some really good people in it. But what the big thing about it was, it brought me out of my shyness. No longer was I so shy. I had friends in drama. I had other people who would recognize, who would not pay any attention to me before until they saw me up on stage. Kind of made me feel kind of neat and more, close to everybody, more involved with everybody. Hey, I had friends now. I even had friends because I played a lot of sports as a kid. I loved sports. I played hockey, baseball, volleyball, football, you name it. I was playing it. And I was pretty good at it, but I was shy and I would never make, I wouldn't make friends so much with my teammates or anything. I would just kind of participate. And after drama, I started making friends on my teams. And that changed my life around. Completely changed my life around. Because one of the jobs I eventually got up to in life was with a company called JDS Uniphase. And they were building fiber optic machines, which is light transfer for media and sending signals across the world and things like this. Hugely expensive machines. And I went in and I was just sitting there building. I would sit in front of a desk with my lab coat on and everything, and I would build this unit. But I'm that competitive guy, right? I'm always that competitive because of my sports bringing. And if I'm going to do this boring job, I still want to be the best at this boring job. So before you know it, within about 2 months of starting, I was the fastest person building these machines. So much so that the supervisor came up to me and asked me to become their trainer for the department within 2 months of starting at this company. So I started training other people. And I guess I had a flair for that because I, just do the normal talk. I'm a normal talking person. I don't make it too technical. I don't make it too sophisticated. I just talk to you and explain things to you. And people picked up on it much faster than the other trainers that were there. So much so that they made me the trainer for Canada. And I started training trainers across Canada. Needless to say, my salary went up, which was great. And then the tech boom hit where it crashed and I was out of a job. And so I started over at another little company you may have heard of called Frito-Lay. The chip guys, the guys who make Lay's potato chip, Ruffles potato chip, Cheetos, all those things, Miss Vicky's, you name it, they make it. So a lot of things. And I started as a night picker on the warehouse because I needed a job. And it was at a lower salary than I was making. And they even asked me during my interview, why would I want to take a lower salary? I said, well, I started at a low salary on the other one and I worked my way up. I said, I'm not afraid of hard work. And before I even got home from the interview, there was a message on my machine saying to come back tomorrow, you're hired. And that was out of about 15 people that they had interviewed. So I was pretty stoked about that. And I started the job. I was just a nighttime picker and everything. And within 2 months, they made me the nighttime supervisor. And then from the nighttime supervisor, they made me a forklift trainer when they started to realize how I was instructing people and helping them out when they came on board to work for me. And then I became the trainer for the company in Ottawa, training everything, training the trainers of training, etc. Then I became the trainer for Canada. And I started training trainers again, etc. All because I took drama by mistake, by accident. I would never have chosen drama in my life. As a shy kid, no way you're going into something where public speaking is out there. And because that drew me out of my shell, and I had to talk to people, hundreds of people, thousands of people at many, many times, many, many speeches, it just came natural. So suddenly, I got sick when I worked for Frito-Lay, couldn't go back, decided I want to do more traveling, decided, maybe I'll become a travel agent, and I started this little YouTube channel. And I guess it's my two passions. Well, yeah, my two passions. My two passions. Number one passion, cruising, traveling, getting out there, running around, exploring the world. Second passion has always been movies and theater and drama since I've been a young kid. And this combines both into a livelihood, believe it or not. So don't get me wrong, I'm as surprised as anybody that I can do this for a living. let's just say that. But all because of that class being full when I was going from grade 6 to grade 7. It all fell into place. You know how some people come to you and say, everything happens for a reason? Well, there you go. Not only did it help me in my other 2 previous jobs before that grow in the company quite high, but when I got sick and could no longer do that job, and my life was in turmoil because I just got diagnosed with cancer and everything, that's when I started this job and traveling more. Isn't it funny how some things can seem like the worst things possible happening to you at the time, and they actually turn out to be the thing that changed your life way, way better.